have Melissa Leo and Zachary Quinto. Thoroughly enjoyed this film last night. How acquainted were you guys with the Snowden case prior to accepting these roles?
I was pretty well acquainted with it. I mean, I knew what happened. Doing the movie got me deeper and deeper into the magnitude of it, and that was something that I probably wouldn't have necessarily availed myself to otherwise.
And Melissa?
Yeah, I've always been sort of suspect of all kinds of things, and I don't, ask any good friend of mine, I really don't use the devices all that much. I limit it a lot. I've never really trusted them as a form of communication. And that notion that things can go out and who knows where they are and people can look and see, and so that's all kind of shocking. I think one of the really beautiful things that I learned watching the film is more about Edward Snowden the man, and in working with Oliver on this particular project, it struck me again and again, Oliver Stone and Edward Snowden have a vast degree of similarity between them, which is very interesting to me.
Well, what did you guys find fascinating in playing Laura and Glenn, and learning about what transpired in that room that day or over those few days?
I think the bond of trust that was forged between them was really beautiful, and actually there was a kind of odd poetry to it, that they all needed one another in a way, but they didn't know each other well, and they had to really take a leap together and into really uncharted waters, and that to me there's something very, very inspiring and moving about that.
Oh, it's so interesting too, because as you say that, Zach, it makes me feel too that there was no real leader amongst them. No one was in charge of anything. Edward had the information, had chosen who to share it with, and was asking from them how best to do that. It really was a very different approach to getting something done than the idea of leadership that we live with in our democratic so-called society.
Yeah, right.
Well, acronyms play a big role, and so I was hoping that you guys would play a little game with me really quickly. If you guys know these acronyms.
Federal Bureau of Investigation. Laugh Out Loud.
And?
Saigon Broadcasting Television Network.
Thank you very
100%.
much, Zachary Quinto
Yeah,
and
see?
Melissa Leo. My name is Carolyn, and you were watching SBTN.